Well, good evening, Miss Lou. It's that time again. Time for the Natchez Renewal Radio right here on Tuesday. 97.7 The Beat right here in the studio. We've got the one, the only, Mayor Dan Gibson. Good evening, sir.
Hello, Mr. Leon. Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing well, young man. How about yourself?
Good. Man, I'm doing great.
Oh,
Love that
okay.
young man part.
Well, see, there you go. 30 cents. That's all it takes. 30 cents, and I'll say it every time.
Oh, listen, that's great. Yeah, in fact, I think I mentioned it last week. I
There
got
you
a
go.
birthday coming up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're starting to
You
count
said
backwards.
you're going to
remember?
stick to what?
Well, I just turned 60 last year, so next week I'm going to be celebrating my 59th birthday.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I don't blame
Oh,
you.
listen, it's been a great day. It'll keep you young when you have days like this. I guess you saw the news, heard the news about our announcement at Tracetown today.
Yeah, something about digging with shovels and stuff.
Yeah, it was really great. Yeah, gotta dust a little dirt off the boots here.
That's where
We are excited. In fact, I am told that it's starting to go a little viral for Natchez. I think we've had over 30,000 impressions since the 1 o'clock announcement. That's pretty good. It is historic news, Mr. Leon. Natchez is now embarking upon the second phase of the Tracetown development, and this marks now what will be the largest retail development in Southwest Mississippi in over 40 years. That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Yes.
I think it's the last time we saw money like this being spent in Natchez on retail was the Natchez Mall project. So we know about Hobby Lobby. We know Hobby Lobby has been open a month, and Hobby Lobby is surpassing all of their expectations. In fact,
Great.
Hobby Lobby's parking lot is full every day, and they have told us that whatever their estimate was for Natchez, they are way past that. And they're getting people from surrounding counties. A lot of people, I think 30-some%, coming from Louisiana.
And remember,
states.
I told you about the letter that I sent to Hobby Lobby in
still need
their
a copy
Oklahoma
of that.
headquarters.
Yes.
I dug it up a few nights ago.
Okay.
It was October 2012.
Well, you never know when a small seed is planted.
Absolutely.
It takes vision, doesn't it? It takes faith.
Yeah.
And it also takes money.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So thank you, Jimmy Smith. I got to do a shout out to
You
Jimmy
better.
Smith. If it weren't for Jimmy Smith, none of this would be happening. And Jimmy is a guy, a self-made man right here in Natchez, who stepped up just a couple years ago to take on the Tracetown project when no one else would. I was kind of wearing the owner out in Mobile, trying to talk to him about this person, that person, trying to get a deal done, because I knew we just could not move forward with this iconic shopping center still in, after, 40 years. I guess when the mall came in, it kind of put Tracetown out. But, it had been sitting there in a deplorable condition for so long. And it took a local guy, Jimmy Smith, to see the vision. And so I'm going to get to the announcements in a minute. I hope people are starting to watch this, because we've got some great announcements that have already been made today. But if you hadn't heard the news, we're going to share the news. But Hobby Lobby's open, so now this is the second phase. And so we had a guy there with us along with Jimmy, Kevin Jennings, who is with Noon Development out of Nashville, Tennessee. They caught the vision a couple years ago. They've been working with Jimmy. We're working with the city, and then we have been working with Natchez Inc., been working with the State Department of Environmental Quality, because we saw the opportunity here to utilize our brownfield grant money to get some economic development going. Well, today was the day to announce Phase 2. They're starting to knock down these old buildings. And in their place, we have some beautiful new buildings coming and beautiful new stores. I'm going to kind of go from smallest to biggest, okay? I mean, we're going to have a really cool ice cream and yogurt parlor. People are going to love that. And next door to that is going to be a really nice pretty big name hair salon. And next door to it, a really nice, pretty big name restaurant. Now, the hair salon restaurant, still waiting on their approval to make the names public. So let's go with the names that we made public today. Have you ever heard of Bath and Body Works? So a little store named Bath and Body Works is going to be here in Natchez.
I think a few of us have heard of them.
Yeah.
I think a few of us have heard of them.
I think so. And then you walk down the sidewalk, and there will be a shoe department. Shoe, D-E-P-T. Mm-hmm. That's a big shoe chain around the country, and we'll have one in Natchez. And then next to the shoe department is a Five Below. Five Below. It is a discount store that's becoming extremely popular all across the South. You can buy anything in there. And then you go next door, and there will be an Ulta. U-L-T-A. Have you ever heard of Ulta?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Leon have not.
Okay. You got to go up to some of these fancier areas, I guess, like Flowwood.
I see.
Go down to Baton Rouge. Go to any place in Florida or along the Gulf Coast.
Okay.
And Ulta is like the ultimate in beauty supply products.
Well.
And, you know,
look at me, Dan.
People
look
like
at me.
us, we don't need all that stuff because we already have it naturally, right? Yeah. But I'm going to get in trouble. No, let me tell you something. The ladies of Natchez, in fact, the ladies of our entire region are going to love Ulta.
Ultra, okay.
Ulta, U-L-T-A.
U-L-T-A.
Ulta is the ultimate
There's no R in
beauty.
Ulta.
Yeah, Ulta.
Okay.
Ulta. And then you go next door to Ulta, and there's going to be a little store called TJ Maxx.
A little one?
Have you heard of TJ Maxx? No, actually, it's going to be a big one. It's going to be the biggest TJ Maxx in the state of Mississippi.
All right.
And one reason it's so big is a new model. Included in the TJ Maxx will be a home goods section.
Oh.
So we're getting TJ Maxx home goods. That's a pretty big deal, isn't it?
That's a super deal.
It is. I'm really excited about it. And so we had a lot of people there today for the announcement, and a lot of people coming up and expressing a lot of joy because, Sammy Porter was there. You know, Sammy, who's the CEO at Delta Bank, he was there. And Sammy shared with me how he grew up at Tracetown. You know, back in the day, they had the Sears Roebuck there.
Right.
They had the grocery store there. Yeah. They had the theater there. The first, one of the first fast food restaurants, I'm told, in Natchez was there, the Burger King. It was in that parking lot. And,
okay.
And, it's now Red Top. That's where Red Top Seafood is now. But that was Burger King up until just a few years ago.
Right.
Well, he said that he thought that it would be never, that they'd ever see anything coming back to Tracetown. And now here it is. Something that was a beloved center of the community is now going to be a jewel in our region. And it's going to be beautiful. The designs were shown today. Going to be gorgeous. We need to make the images available online, Michael. We need to get those images online. And it was a great, fun reveal. They had, Jimmy Smith had a placard there that had on top of it what it looks like right now. Right. And then one by one, they took the old pictures off and revealed everything new underneath and what it's going to look like.
Before and after.
Yeah. So it's going to take about a year to get all this done. They've already been doing work. People just hadn't really noticed. One thing that we've been working on with DEQ is the asbestos abatement to get anything hazardous out there before the demolition started. So Jimmy Smith, thank you. Noon Development, thank you. I want to thank also our Board of Aldermen for never giving up on the vision and supporting this. The Board of Supervisors, represented today by President Angela Hutchins, they have been so supportive. Also, Natchez Inc. and Amy Guido did a great job of emceeing the event today. Just so good. And it was so good to have Alderwoman Sarah Carter Smith there, Alderwoman Valencia Hall there, and Alderman Curtis Maroney there. It was truly a time to celebrate. So now I've got to tell the T.J. Maxx story. That's a cool story.
I'm all ears.
T.J. Maxx was not going to come here.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just tell you what happened. We've been wanting a T.J. Maxx. Who doesn't want a T.J. Maxx?
Right.
And all the jobs and all the tax dollars that come along with it. Well, Noon Development,
Mm-hmm.
the development team that we've been working with out of Nashville, that Jimmy Smith actually is the one who recruited them. It wouldn't be happening without Jimmy Smith. So grateful. Well, Noon has a good relationship with TJ Maxx, and they started pitching the project to them pretty early. And TJ Maxx did not want to do it. But they didn't want to just tell them over the phone, we're not going to do it. So they agreed to come to Natchez for a meeting, to meet up with them for lunch, to meet Jimmy. But they had been looking at online, and they had been hearing a lot of what people put online about Natchez. You know, you've got the Natchez haters. They're probably listening right now, and they'll have their rebuttal in a little while. They never want to see anything good happen in Natchez. And so they had decided, maybe we don't need to go to Natchez. You know, people who are sharing stuff on Facebook, I guess you want to just kill Natchez. People read that stuff, and we all know it's not true. And if you want to keep on posting it, keep on posting it, but the truth shall prevail. And this is what happened. TJ Maxx got here. They saw for themselves all of the great stuff happening here. If you live in Florida, you're not going to see this stuff.
No,
if you moved away from Natchez 10 years ago and you still are on a hate fest about Natchez, you're not going to see this stuff.
No.
But TJ Maxx saw this stuff. And in less than 2 hours, their no became a yes. And not only did it become a yes, they said, you know, we've been ready to do a new model store in Mississippi. It will be the largest TJ Maxx in Mississippi, and we're going to put it in Natchez. So that's what's happening. And so, folks, we can celebrate that the Natchez Renewal is going strong. I shared today that it has become a bit like a steam locomotive. Nothing can slow it down now. We've got the airport. The EOLA is happening. Just got approval from Archives and History for the $4.5 million dock that's going under the hill on Silver Street.
Right.
And now we have this groundbreaking today. And that's on top of close to 60 streets that we've gotten resurfaced over the last few years. All the recreation renewal projects, every park redone, what we're doing at the golf clubhouse, the youth center, what we're doing for tennis and pickleball, what we have done to bring back youth sports and the baseball fields. Thank you, Ryan Porter, for all that hard work. I also want to tell you, we're still working on the development project for the area next to Walmart. So I was talking to a local entrepreneur today, this afternoon, and he was excited about the announcement. And he said, I'm just so grateful to be here to watch all this. I said, well, you know, you and I have something in common. Neither one of us knows the term give up. Give up. Now, there may be people who gave up on Natchez a long time ago. That's fine. That's their prerogative. I'm just so grateful that we have so many thousands of people here who have not given up on Natchez. And major corporations now investing in Natchez. And also, what I'm really excited about is all the people who continue to come here, buying property here, and making Natchez their forever homes. It's happening in Natchez. And I'm just so grateful to be mayor of this beautiful city. I'm so grateful to see the momentum. And I'll end on this. I shared an article this weekend about being in the arena. You know, it does hurt when people put out such as we're 10 million deficit when no, we actually had a $10 million surplus. Learn how to read an audit before you go commenting on it. I mean, it's right there, black and white. You know, We have beginning cash, ending cash. You got to report beginning cash and ending cash if you're going to properly report on an audit. No, we had over a $10 million surplus. People ask, well, why do you have all that money? And, well, we have that money because we've gotten so much money in grants and appropriations to do all of these major projects we're getting done, and they're getting done. It just takes time. People have been sharing on there that we had, in the last 2 years, over $1 million in overdraft fees. Leon, I would fire me if that was the case. And in fact, I'd just go turn myself into the state auditor, go ahead, put the handcuffs on. That's unconscionable. I did ask our city clerk, I said, where are they getting this? And we saw on there that we have some accounts that from time to time have to be put into a status where the balance is actually in the negative because they're waiting for reimbursement on some large projects, large expenditures. At any given day, we have quite a few million in the bank, so the bank doesn't sweat it. They know this is a grant account. This is a project account. We've got about 40 accounts, one for every grant, one for every project, in addition to all of our regular stuff. Well, they take that money that's sitting there waiting on the reimbursement check that's coming from whatever source it's coming from. It can be from our investment account because we got this money locked away making some good interest. It may be coming from Mississippi Department of Transportation. It may be coming from the Department, oh goodness, I'm running out of time. This is the bottom line. I asked our city clerk.
No.
Okay, well, this has really piqued my curiosity. Mm-hmm. I want to know, did we have any overdraft charges last year? She said, well, I'd have to go look. It wasn't something that was pointed out to us in the audit. I said, well, I want to know. Go and look. She said, okay. And so she came back. We had 40 accounts. During that audit period, year before last, we're now going to be starting on the most recent audit. We had close to 50 million in transactions go through our accounts. And we did have 11 checks that did go NSF. They were paid, but we did have to pay the bank $336. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing. I wish we didn't have any.
Right.
But $336, folks, that's not over $1 million.
No.
Somebody's math is kind of screwy. I'm sorry, but this is what I said I was going to end on this, and I keep on going because I want people to know the truth. And I've invited people to come sit down with me, be happy to show you the numbers. But I shared an article in the Arena. Teddy Roosevelt famously said, the credit does not go. It is not the critic who counts. It is the person in the arena daily fighting the fight, willing to get his face bloodied and get back up again. Well, folks, the arena for me is Natchez. And I'm not getting out of the arena anytime soon. And I'm so grateful to have so many great partners in the arena with me. Our Board of Aldermen, our supervisors, Jimmy Smith, Natchez Inc., our Chamber of Commerce, all of the great businesses here. Mr. Leon, this radio station.
New Vision Broadcasting.
Oh, New Vision Broadcasting. And also, all of the entrepreneurs who've stepped out to come to City Hall to take out privilege licenses. We've kept accounts since 2020. And we're over 450 right now, people who have come to take out privilege licenses. Now, have they all made it? I don't know. We'd have to go and do a real audit, and who has time for that? Because we're too busy keeping the Natchez Renewal going. All I want to say is, it's a good time to be in Natchez. And I can't wait to see what tomorrow holds, and it's a good time to stay in the arena. I had a lot to say, didn't I? I'm going to say good night. God bless you, Mr. Leon. God bless you.
Thank you, Mayor. It's called Natchez Renewal Radio right here at 97.7 The Beat. That was the Mayor, Dan Gibson, right here in Natchez, Adams County.